product is labeled as lectin free. I don't know of any other pea protein that's labeled that way. How important do you think that is?
I think the the ability to have a product that has fewer anti-nutrients allows it then to be used by the most amount of people with the least negative effect. Now, for something like lectins, there are actually some lectins that are probably positive within the body. There are, however, a lot of lectins that we derive from food that can have negative effects. And the big negative effects we see from a lot of those lectins in the research are for things like gastrointestinal discomfort and inflammation of the gastrointestinal tract. So particularly for those people who have a more sensitive digestive system, or maybe they have a digestive disorder like, IBS, or one of the inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's disease, then you certainly don't want to be overloading with those things because they're probably going to impact you. So having the ability to not have those things but still get a very high protein content is really important, particularly when a lot of the plant proteins that we would otherwise have access to, and I'm even talking about food here, often do have high levels of those irritants in them. So this also speaks a little bit to the raw question you asked before, because I have Crohn's disease, right? So I have an inflammatory bowel disease. And I've tried in the past to eat more of a raw vegan diet. And it just doesn't work. I can't do that very well, because then, given the demands of my sport and wanting to have a higher protein intake, I end up then having to take in a lot of those irritants along with the protein that I'm trying to get in. So it really helps being able to have an option that is very low in lectins and phytic acid and all those other things that could potentially be irritants as well.
So the irritants, the lectins, the phyto acids, stuff like that, a lot of that comes from the outer hull of the pea or the legume, right?
And they're also they're reduced through processing too. So they're in that hull as far as I know, and then they're reduced by activities like sprouting and obviously cooking. But with the isolation process, it's kind of like those things on steroids, right? It's reducing to the nth degree.